Alright, what's up everybody, and welcome to I'm just going to make this a double joint review. This will be a SmackDown and 205 live review in one video. I really don't feel like going through two videos this time. I'm just going to do a double joint for this one and see how that turns out to be. Just for a test, really. But we're going to start off with the SmackDown review. After a few days after TLC, they were in Houston, Texas. AJ Styles came out, which he is hurt right now after doing, I believe he did the 450, after the 450 splash on that table at TLC on Ambrose. He pretty much had a boot around his, pretty much had a boot for his foot. He injured it, and he pretty much mocked everybody for it because of his pants rip at TLC, you know, since he ripped his pants and stuff. And he did everything to Ambrose, chairs and putting him through tables. But, you know, this boot on his leg was one of the worst thing that happened. And unfortunately tonight, he's not medically cleared to wrestle right now and face James Ellsworth because he has a WWE Championship match. Ellsworth came out then, which kind of got barely any type of reaction. And, you know, I feel like this has been overexposed now that it's gone too far at this point. And he pretty much, I guess now was a cocky heel out there and accused Styles of ducking him, saying he's got him by his number. I got you by your number, and he's gonna get beat the fourth time. And Styles says you're delusional. You need to go back to Chinsworth or wherever you went. And he pretty much, between him and and he says this thing, you and Ambrose need to stop and quit before it gets worse. And pretty much James Ellsworth was just very cocky out there. Thought he could take down Styles and take down anything. He could take down anybody. And pretty much Dean Ambrose came out then, hit the Dirty Deeds, and left. His theme song pretty much played throughout the whole thing, which pretty much did look badass, almost like Stone Cold coming in and stunning somebody and leaving. Because this James Ellsworth thing is gone way too much now. The crowd looked like they wanted to yay or boo him or just got no reaction over it. Listen, this guy's overexposed. We've said this multiple times. This was fun at first, but now this shit needs to stop. I'm almost going with Booker T said in the interview one time now. It's time to send James Ellsworth back to the Indies or wherever company he made, because this shit is getting too ridiculous now. This guy has 3 wins over Styles and everything in that WWE title shot match. I swear if he had won this tonight, then I don't know what to say at this point if this guy wins the fucking title. Like, this has gone too far, and he's overexposed. He's exposed. Like, this Ellsworth thing is just, it's too much now at this point. I mean, like the crowd didn't give a shit. Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt went against Heath Slater and Rhino for a rematch for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Pretty much this time it wasn't a squash match, but the thing I did like about the end was the combo finish between Orton and Wyatt, as Wyatt was about to hit Sister Abigail. Well, got in position for it, threw him up, and Orton hit the RKO on him. Which I somewhat like the theme song, because it kind of starts off with Orton's burning my light, and then I hear voices in the Wyatt, so they got a new sound of, jump video thing they do and stuff, since they're still going with this new Wyatt family now. And Orton hasn't betrayed him yet. So, I don't know, man. Slater took the pin, so I don't know how that's going to work out. Really. Also, pretty much then, Kalisto was interviewed since we got with Baron Corbin again, even though he faced him another night, another TLC rematch to the also playing in a way. Then Carmella was about to wrestle, and she pretty much started blaming Natalya for attacking Nikki Bella, and said she pulled a Tanya Harding on her, which I don't even know what that much really means. I have to look it up, because I probably forgot. And she was jealous of Nikki still had spotlight, and then she didn't want to become second best. So Natalya came out and chased her in the back and saw Nikki Bella and pretty much went on to say, I didn't do it. You can't believe it. She's a liar and stuff. So, I don't know who attacked Nikki Bella, because people said, as soon as they found Natalya, it was like, who gives a fuck? We already know. Now, if it could be anyone else, we don't know. Some are putting the point that it's probably even Marie that took her out, maybe. So, that may be another thing. Baron Corbin was in an interview talking about the little men, and he's gonna spat them around like mosquitoes that fly around he splats them. Ascension went against the Hype Bros, which I feel like we see this match almost every other week on SmackDown, and it just looks like it happens. And Hype Bros just keep continuing to be the Ascension. I saw the Ascension get no win on SmackDown. Same thing with the Vaudevillains, but they've pretty much lost their spot now at this point. They were good at first, but they are fucking jobbers at this point. So, not a lot to say about that. And it's just the Hype Bros and Ascension. I just feel like they've just gone on this almost every other week now. Just every other week, almost the same shit in a way. Next was Miz TV to highlight TLC and talk about he beat Dolph Ziggler, Miz, for the Intercontinental Championship, and now he's pretty much left Ziggler in his rearview mirror from behind. He brought out Dean Ambrose and talked about Ambrose of how he wanted to, you took this guy and pretty much did your little mind games with him and used him as your little puppet to advantage yourself to get the WWE Championship from AJ Styles. And he found it surprising, how people intentionally piss him off and stuff. But Miz had a prize for him. He had a prize for him, and he pretty much gave him a participation award. Really, a participation award for the Miz participation award, since he didn't win. And Ambrose pretty much was pissed and told Miz he could take this award and shove it down his throat, until Daniel Bryan came out and said, you know what, we're gonna add our main event tonight will be the Intercontinental title on the line. Ambrose versus Miz for the IC title tonight. Baron Corbin went against Kalisto. Pretty much a quick match, not like the chairs won, but once again, Baron Corbin, he got the win in the days, caught Kalisto in the air after he tried to do almost like I don't know what was going for Hurricane Rana and that, but he got caught in the days. It was over. Tyler Breeze went against Chad Gable, which was quick, and I do like Chad Gable's new finisher, if it's his new finisher. They used to call it some people call it the rollover German suplex, but the Chaos Theory German suplex. If you don't believe me, go look up Douglas Williams from TNA at the time a couple of years ago, and you'll see how that Chaos Theory German suplex works when you're rolling back and just suplex. I mean, it pretty much went quick, and he got the suplex on him and won. I like that move, especially how pretty much Chaos Theory and everything, German suplex. It's a cool move to watch. Alexa Bliss came out. He got a little bit of pyro and said, "Ding dong, the witch is champ." And she said the happy endings do not exist. As fans chanted, "We want Becky," or I almost said let's go Alexa at one point. The crowd almost went both ways. And, Alexa Rivers talked about Becky Lynch about a word she rhymed with witch, which she pretty much went on to say, well, this little bitch is now running the SmackDown Women's division. The crowd looked like it kind of reacted a little to it. Becky Lynch pretty much came out then and pretty much was pissed, and that Alexa's a whiny little girl, can get away with this, and she wants her title back, and she wants her rematch right now, and wanted to fight. Alexa Bliss pretty much was ready. She took off her jacket, but she got out of the ring, and it's pretty much the same old thing. They'll probably lead this into a title match at the Royal Rumble, but then SmackDown doesn't have a lot to do for the next whole month or two until the Royal Rumble actually happens. Speaking of women on SmackDown, there was one thing I actually heard recently about Naomi, and this was interesting. And Naomi's pretty much pissed in the back right now, very pissed, after she pretty much said that her picture was not even on the graphic for Total Divas. I believe they're nominated for some award, and Naomi is in the show. Now, I don't watch Total Divas or any of that bullshit, but she is technically in the show, if I'm right. I don't know how many seasons they've been going with their show at this point. Like I said, I don't watch it. I thought it was bullshit from day one. But she was pretty much pissed at that, and she said she's the only woman on the roster, and I think this is both Raw and SmackDown when I look at it almost, but as for SmackDown, she's the only woman without a storyline right now. Like Naomi's got nothing going on. She pretty much talked about the hard work she's done, but she's not getting shit. And some people think her complaining on Twitter have stopped the Usos from being on TV. We haven't seen them for a second, but some people wonder is this bigger than this already looks? Some say this may be a race thing kind of. Because even I do find it odd that if you're on that Total Divas show and your picture's usually up there, why would they take her out? And some people say yes, so we understand why they took out Paige, because Paige is technically on that show, but Paige is in so much damn trouble with this company at the time. I don't know what's going on with them. They took her off of that. Naomi, I don't know why they took off Naomi. That's just kind of strange. Paige, I get. Naomi, why? And some people, like I said before, is this a race issue and everything? Because some people are more leaning towards that. Hey, we don't even see Apollo Crews on TV anymore nowadays. When the hell is that guy ever going to get a shot? He's done shit ever since they put him on SmackDown. Nothing. Just smiling guy, do some flips, and job out to everybody. But I thought it was very interesting to speak on that real quick with Naomi. Like, she should get a shot, because even I gotta say, she does that cool entrance and everything, whatever, that feel, the glow, but there's no meaning behind it. It's like she just says that and that's it. It's like everybody else on SmackDown has got something going on right now. You got this Carmella, Nikki Bella thing with Natalya being involved. You got Becky and Alexa, and pretty much the only woman that's left is her. Some people would count Eva Marie since she's technically on SmackDown, but I don't know. Fuck Eva Marie. No one cares. I don't even care if she comes back in that. Just don't give a shit, really. But I have to say, it's not a large women's division on SmackDown, and Naomi they need to give that girl something. Alright, something. Miz wins Dean Ambrose for the WWE Championship, which this match was very botchful in a way. I swear when I saw Miz try to do a damn brain drop kick on the turnbuckle on Dean Ambrose, he missed the entire kick and didn't even hit him with it. And this match felt very botchful. It just like something wasn't really clicking. Really. It just wasn't clicking. So the match was just in a way. And then James Ellsworth came out and very much screwed Dean Ambrose off the title and then ran the fuck off in the back, which everybody kind of saw coming. So it's not a lot to say from that. SmackDown was pretty much okay at this point for this week. The James Ellsworth thing is pretty much getting shoved down everybody's throats. I guess we didn't get the WWE title match this week, but I guess it will be next week for the title for James Ellsworth versus AJ Styles. I swear to God, if this guy wins the championship, I don't know what to fucking say. Now moving on into the next review, 205 Live, the Cruiserweight show, which people still and I should also count again. People are quiet as hell when it comes to 205 Live. No one is really even excited, and half the arena is gone because they didn't want to stay for the show, or nobody didn't remind them it was going to be another show after this. As we kicked it off with Noam Dar versus Cedric Alexander. It's like, I've finally seen some footage now of this whole Cedric Alexander and Alicia Fox thing in the back. And pretty much Noam Dar did beat Cedric. And pretty much he pretty much went on to say, Noam Dar talked about he signed a big money contract, being from Scotland. It took me a minute to understand Noam Dar for a second. The guy's got a thick Scottish accent. And the people say he dedicated this match to Alicia Fox, and Cedric Alexander was a little pissed in after that. So, good match, but once again, crowd quiet as fuck, didn't give a fuck, and half of the people left the building as soon as SmackDown ended. So, at least they are trying to do some type of story with this now, and they still showcase a lot of other guys just showing footage of them. Perkins was talking about wishing Rich Swann good luck in his match tonight against Brian Kendrick in the rematch. He's been getting lucky a lot lately. So, I don't know. Perkins said it kind of came off a little bit heel right there in a way. So, they said a little segment and says, we'll just leave it as that, okay? in a way, Perkins, my God, this guy, people are getting tired of anyway, so then he took the belt off him to begin with. Jack Gallagher, when he went to Davari, Davari got the win after pretty much going for the bad knee on Jack Gallagher. Once again, crowd, I'm not going to keep going and say once again, crowd quiet as fuck, so we already know what's happening there. So Davari got the win, and they are continuing this story with them on 205. So at least they're giving more of the Cruiserweights a shot and something else to do than doing random spot fest on Raw, because they're still going to be doing it again when no one said they give a shit. So I guess people are going to watch 205. Maybe, like, I watched it, it's a fun show, but the crowd is dead. No one cares. It looks like either they have to go back to do what they did the Cruiserweight Classic where NXT is at, or they need to tape this show or something, because this is not going out well for 205 Live. And the main event was Rich Swann versus Brian Kendrick for the Cruiserweight Championship. Perkins was on commentary. Austin Aries destroyed him on commentary. I believe he was having a match against him. I feel like I've seen it already in Impact when Perkins was still being dressed as Suicide on there. And because of Swann and Kendrick, it was a really great match. Really great title match. I didn't know who was going to win this. Swann with those damn kicks is insane out there. But when it kind of got near the end, Kendrick threw Swann into Perkins and them. Perkins and stuff. And when they got back in the ring, Swann pretty much hit another kick on Brian Kendrick to win. Then after the match, Swann was leaving. Kendrick started going after Perkins then, until Swann tried to help him, and then he got super kicked by Perkins after Perkins missed it and was supposed to hit Kendrick, and he pretty much took both of them out and left after that. So could this lead to a triple threat match? Yeah. Maybe in the future, soon. It could be a triple threat. But the most match ready to talk about is the main event was Swann, sorry, lost my mind a little right there. Pretty much Swann and Kendrick, pretty much another great match really of the night really for the 205 Live. It's only an hour show to begin with, but they gotta figure out something because no one's just not caring out there. And then after some of the pictures I've seen, crowd's quiet, dead as hell. Give two fucks out there for all honesty they could. But hey, that's what I think of it. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.